believers must die!
Good day everybody, this is the Ecclesiarch here, back with some more Warpforge, and today we're going to be doing some card reveals for the Adepta Soriritas, Sisters of Battle. And I'm sure that all of you have been waiting for this faction like crazy. I sure know that I have, because now I can officially be the Ecclesiarch and spam the hell out of this faction. But without further ado, now let's get right into the action. So first of all, we're going to be introducing yet another new mechanic, and this is going to be penitence. Now penitence is very simple. Do something when this unit is damaged. So if you've been playing Horus Heresy Legions, this is exactly like the mechanic called Rage that we already had. And if you remember, Rage was always a very strong mechanic as long as it had good effects. So the current World Eaters are actually very strong exactly because of this Rage mechanic. So that's how the Adepta Sororitas Penitence is going to work. Now, as for the cards, I'm going to show you one common, one rare, one epic, and one legendary. So let us begin. So first of all, we have what it seems to be a stratagem, Furious Reprisal. 2 energy, give flank to a friendly troop, and if it is damaged, give it blast 3 this turn. Now this is very interesting, and this is a little bit weird as well. So on paper, this is an ability to give flank, just like, for example, the Tyranid card or any other card basically in this game that gives flank. But the interesting part is, as long as the troop is damaged, you can also give it blast 3. Now that can of course be very interesting, but the problem with this is when you play a unit and when you do the Furious Reprisal on it, so it's not going to give blast unless this unit was already damaged. Now I guess this is there to synergize together with the whole penitence thing, because if we think about it, probably they are going to have some ways of damaging units instantly when they're going to be played. Maybe the warlords are going to have that, maybe the other troops are going to have that, but either way we're going to see just how good this is going to be based on how easy it's going to be for the Sororitas to damage their own troops. And speaking of which, now I'm going to be showing you the Arco flagellants. Now this is an insane unit. Look at this, 2 energy, 2/3 flank, so nothing too crazy there, right? But wait, it has penitence, deal 1 damage to all other units, and this is so insane. This is basically screaming goodbye scarabs once again, which I'm very happy about. But on top of that, just think about it. This deals damage to all other units, so it damages the whole board. And not only is it going to help you clear the enemy lines, but at the same time, this thing is going to damage your own units, which means it's going to trigger the penitence of your other units. So for example, if there's going to be a warlord with penitence, this is going to trigger that. So think about how crazy this is. And don't forget, penitence is going to trigger every single time your unit is damaged. So imagine like this attacking a scarab, triggering penitence, and then it still stays at 2 energy 2/2, and you can damage it again, and the enemy has to damage it again in order to remove it. Thus it's going to trigger the penitence again and again. So this is going to be a staple unit, I guarantee it. Now here's another insane unit, which is the Death Cult Assassin. 3 energy 3/3 with 0 ranged attack once again, so it seems to be a thing currently with these melee units. But look at this, it's camouflaged first of all. That's so good considering it has penitence, so deal 2 damage to a random enemy. And guys, I cannot stress enough how powerful that is. Now, if once again, if you guys play Horus Heresy Legions, you would remember how powerful the Harad's Rampagers for World Eaters are, which is basically the same unit as this, but instead it deals 1 damage to, I believe either 2 random enemies or 3 random enemies. And on top of that, this guy comes with the camouflage. And if you remember, they also had the Laran squad for the World Eaters, which was insane when it used to deal 2 damage. And there you go, this is a Laran squad. It just has less HP and deals 2 damage. This is going to be an absolute piece of work. Like, imagine you have this on the board and the enemy warlord that went second doesn't have source of 3 damage. So let's say you're playing against something slow like Imhotep, right? So imagine Imhotep has to phase bash into this, take 3 damage, then take 2 more damage, and when he pings it, he takes another 2 damage. And if he doesn't have a ping, for example, for whatever reason, you can attack again. So potentially this thing could deal up to 10 damage like no problem. So this is going to be an absolute crazy unit. So I don't know, man, I'm looking forward to running these ladies in my deck for sure. Now look at the next one, and this is going to be the craziest thing ever, I believe. This is the Hallowed Martyrs, which is a legendary. So 4 energy legendary, which does your warlord gains penitence, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Now of course on paper this is already really strong, because every time your warlord is attacked, a random ping just goes out, right? And this is already very strong on its own. But now you know what kinda makes me think, what if it's a Sisters of Battle mirror and both warlords put this on and one of them attacks the other? Do you understand what's gonna happen? So both of them are gonna trigger penitence, so then they damage each other, they trigger penitence again and again and again until one of them dies, or both of them die, basically. So this is like, this could put you in an infinite loop of penitence that just finishes the game right away. Now, I'm sure EG is probably gonna change this. It's my guess. Of course, it's only going to be a problem when you play it against another Sisters of Battle. Also, you might be kind of dissuaded from using this in a Sisters Mirror, because penitence, deal 1 damage to a random enemy, might not be that good, because you're going to be triggering the enemy penitence as well with this. Like, let's say you're gonna hit the enemy Death Cult Assassin or something, so it might be not that good in a mirror. But overall, that danger for an infinite rage loop or penitence loop is there, so I'm very interested to see how they're going to handle it. Well, anyway, gentlemen, so this is the reveal for the Adepta Sororitas. I am super excited for this faction and expect videos to drop as soon as this faction comes out, because I'm gonna be going crazy with these ladies for sure. So thank you for watching, gentlemen, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Ecclesiarch out.
Foul apostasy, be stricken from this world!